The Mara Salvatrucha gang is considered one of the most violent in the United States. It was created from disparate street gangs in Los Angeles in the 80s of the last century. In 2012, U.S. authorities officially declared MS-13 an international criminal organization. At the origins of the formation of the group were migrants who fled to America from the civil conflict in El Salvador. Among its members were immigrants from Honduras, Guatemala, and Mexico. The name of the MS-13 gang is slang for the Brigade of Salvadoran Army Ants. Starting on the streets of Los Angeles, Mara Salvatrucha quickly became one of the largest and most influential in the country. In her leadership, over time, the Salvadoran guys were replaced by Mexican respectable uncles. They entered into an MS-13 alliance with the Serenos, in which the street ants were to find fighters to do the dirty work, and the Mexicans assumed obligations to support them in street conflicts. The number of MS-13 in a short time after its creation reached 70,000 people. She began to act throughout America. Branches of the group were opened in about 40 cities of the country. All members of the Mara Salvatrucha wore tattoos. They covered their body from head to toe. The gang had its own ritual of initiation. Its essence was that only one who eliminated at least one fighter from a rival group could become a member of MS-13. Then there was a vote. If the gang members decided to accept a new member into their ranks, he had to go through the second stage of initiation. It consisted in the fact that a candidate member of the gang was severely beaten at a slow count of up to 13. During this time, the recruit could have received serious injuries. Existed in MS-13 and their orders. For example, it was impossible to leave your comrade in arms in trouble. Anyone who deviated from this rule was punishable by death. To maintain their authority in the gang, each of its members had to regularly participate in any crimes. Most often these were theft robberies. The most authoritative old-timers of the gang are engaged in more serious criminal cases in MS-13. They trade in large quantities of drugs and weapons. MS-13 has strong ties to many criminal gangs throughout Central America. Latinos join MC-13 not only because of the inability to find work and legal livelihoods. Gang membership for them means belonging to a certain social group of people. MS-13 is a big family for them, in which everyone stands up for each other. Many leaders of the Mara Salvatrucha are behind bars, but continue to lead their gang units. While in captivity, they successfully manage to plan and order various crimes, negotiate the supply of weapons and drugs, and take orders for liquidation. The main leadership of the gang is based outside the U.S. in El Salvador and Honduras. This distinguishes it from many criminal communities operating in the United States. One of the criminal activities of members of MS-13 is extorting money from U.S. citizens whose relatives live in Central America. The bandits' main tool is fear. They create the greatest concern for the authorities in the United States and Houston. In Texas, Mara Salvatrucha is considered the #1 threat. Members of the group often recruit illegal teenagers into their ranks. There is a prison in El Salvador that was built specifically to hold members of MS-13. It is guarded by the army and only along the outer perimeter. With a planned occupancy of 800 prisoners, it contains about 3,000 people. Giving an assessment to the street ants, Donald Trump once said that they pose a greater danger to the country than Russia and China combined.